Hello, this is Dr. Jeff Craig, Superintendent of the Western Rural Schools, and welcome back to our 22-23 board recaps. Today, we will be recapping our June board meetings, beginning with our June 5th meeting. In our consent agenda, 2 administrative candidates were approved under our personnel report. First, there was Mrs. Katie Conley, who was introduced as the new assistant principal for Hall Elementary beginning in July of 2023 for our next school year. Then we have Dr. Whitney Martino, our current assistant principal of teaching and learning at West High, was approved as the principal of West High starting in the 2024-2025 school year. In information, Dr. Chuck Hiscock, our West High principal, and Mrs. Bonnie Osborne, principal of the Blackhawk Academy, presented the final installment of the teaching and learning presentations for the year. They each highlighted various student supports that are offered in their buildings and successes that this year has brought. Mr. Bruce Frazier, Library Information Specialist, came in to update the board on what's going on throughout the district's libraries. We currently have certified school librarians in every building and also offer after-school library access at the high school. There has been increased funding and better oversight of spending. The library team has also created a K-12 guiding document for library staff to help with consistency in library policies and procedures. Dr. Brent Raby, our Assistant Superintendent of Teaching and Learning, walked the board through the potential use of a property on Genesis Way in North Aurora. If the purchase goes through, this property will allow for our autos program to grow and to bring the students back within the district. Mrs. Marty Nearing, Executive Director of Student and Family Services, provided an update to Policy 7.140, which is our search and seizure policy. This update will also be reflected in the students' rights and responsibilities. Moving into the June 20 board meeting, in information, Mr. Ryan Abrahamson, our Director of Finance, presented our annual designating depository resolution. This resolution would identify Old Second National Bank of Aurora as the primary depository for school district funds for the 2024 fiscal year. In our discussion portion, Mrs. Tammy Beckwith-Shalmo, Senior Vice President and Managing Director at PMA Securities, provided an update on the annual sinking fund investments process. The district works with PMA to examine strategies to take advantage of the current interest rate and market environment. An alternative to what was previously presented is revising the original sinking fund agreement to permit the purchase of Treasury securities in excess of the maximum permitted yield. This strategy allows the district to capture higher yields in the existing sinking fund in the present to offset risk. There were 2 action items that were approved going along with this recommendation. In action items, the board approved the resolution authorizing a supplement to the bond fund investment agreement by and between the district and the deposit agent, dated as of April 27, 2016, authorizing the district to periodically provide letters of instruction to the deposit agent, authorizing the retention of a municipal advisor to provide computations and advice concerning the investment of funds under said agreement, and authorizing the execution and delivery of a forward delivery securities purchase agreement related to the taxable general obligation school building bonds, Series 2016 qualified school construction bonds of the district. Also, the board approved the resolution authorizing a supplement to the bond fund investment agreement by and between the district and the deposit agent, dated as of October 23, 2017, authorizing the district to periodically provide letters of instruction to the deposit agent, authorizing the retention of a municipal advisor to provide computations and advice concerning the investment of funds under said agreement, and authorizing the execution and delivery of a forward delivery securities purchase agreement related to the taxable general obligation school building bonds, Series 2017C qualified school construction bonds of the district. So I want to give you a quick context of these 2 resolutions. Back in 2015, we were able to access these quality school construction bonds that basically were IOUs from the federal government that paid off about $50 million of interest that our community and our taxpayers don't have to pay. And so it was really important for us to access these, but these 2 resolutions help us maximize those payments over the life of these bonds. So over the next 20 years, this allows us to glean some interest payments, but also to maximize those principal payments down the road, much like when you pay for your house or your vehicle or any of those large investments that have interest payments associated with it. The same is true for these bonds that we accrued back in 2015. So I just want to give a quick context of why we have these resolutions in place. That was the legalese piece, but the straightforward is this maximizes our interest dollars that we can apply towards the payment. The board also approved the resolution regarding the sale of the Prairie Street site for a minimum of $1,450,000 as presented. The board approved the resolution ratifying the purchase of 202 through 208 Genesis Drive for $1,795,000 as presented. And that's it for our school board recaps for June. Thanks for watching. We hope to see you next time.